Thing number one I want to talk to you about at leadership is this. Level one of leadership is self-leadership. If you think that you're going to lead an organization, a sports team, a company, a business, if you think you're going to lead your family well, yet you're going to be a shitty leader, a hypocritical leader, a leader that's an imposter. In other words, you say one thing, but you do another, or a hypocritical leader where you don't even live by your own rules that you set for others, no one's going to respect you, right? In fact, I remember reading a study that said that people have more respect for a felon who has paid their debt to society than a leader who is hypocritical, who says one thing but does another, expects one thing of people but has a different set of standards for himself, right? So self-leadership boils down to this. Do you do the things that you expect of others? Do you wake up early? Do you get your workouts in? Do you show up on time or early? Because as you may know, when you show up on time, you're late. If you show up late, it's unforgivable. And to show up on time, you must show up early. That's the way it works, right? Because the highest level of leadership is self-leadership. If you can't lead yourself in your health, in your fitness, in your communication, in your mindset, in your problem solving, in your decisiveness, if you're an indecisive leader and you can't make a decent decision to save your life, how is anyone going to feel like they respect you and they want to be led by you? If you can't communicate a vision to people, then how are they going to know what to do? If you are a emotionally reckless leader, what level of respect will people have for you, right? So the highest level of leadership is that first level of leadership, which is self-leadership, self-discipline. And when you develop self-leadership, when you are leading yourself and you are congruent to the person that you expect them to be, then they develop a sense of respect for you and want to run through walls for you. Level two of leadership is learning to lead others. So how do we lead others? Well, once we've learned how to lead ourselves and become the congruent, the physical, mental, emotional embodiment of the leader that they need, now we can lead others. So here's the reality. If you're a level 6 or 7 leader, you're never going to hire level 8, 9, and 10 team members. That's it. 8, 9, or 10 team members are not going to be attracted to you if they can sense that you're a level 6 or 7 leader, right? So your level of success in life, in business, is literally capped by your level of leadership. So as you can develop into a better leader, you can now hire and work with and attract others who are not only going to be mission focused, but are going to go above and beyond that. So how do you lead others? Level 2 of leadership is to be able to lead others, to be able to have a very clear vision, a vision that's so clear. And how do you set a clear vision? Well, back in the day when I was a shitty leader, my vision for Fit Body Bootcamp was this. I want to have a lot of locations as soon as possible. When somebody would ask me, hey man, what is this franchise Fit Body Bootcamp that you're building? Well, I would say, well, you know, it's a group personal training program that takes 30 minutes, circuit training in a circle, and boom, you get amazing results, or we give your money back. And they go, wow, that sounds awesome. How many locations do you want? I want a lot. I want as much as possible. Well, when do you want them by? As soon as possible. What kind of clarity is that, right? If I were to hire employees, how do you explain I want a lot and as soon as possible? Because to them, a lot might be 20 locations and as soon as possible might be over 30 years. And so when I became a better leader, I very quickly figured out that the leader that's going to lead others has to be very clear in their mind what they want. And they have to be very clear when they want it by. So once I was able to say I want 2,500 locations worldwide by the year 2026, now we had a definitive number and goal that we could attack. That then took my team and they go, yes, I believe in it. And the team members who didn't believe in that vision, they were like, whoa, that's too daunting of a goal. I can't do this. They quit or very quickly got fired. But if you don't have clarity of vision, you can't lead a team, number one. If you're not decisive, if you're an indecisive person, you're not going to be able to lead others either. The fastest way to lose respect of your team is to be indecisive and then to have double standards. Indecisive means every time you hit a fork in the road, you take too long to make a decision. You're scared, you're hemming and hawing, you're asking 20 people for their opinion and their advice, and you never really pull the trigger until finally a decision is made for you, right? Usually circumstances end up making a decision for you because one of the options is taken away, leaving you the only other option. And most of the time, that's not the best option. And I'm here to tell you that when your team sees that you're an indecisive leader, that you panic when it's time to make those big decisions, they begin to wonder, why am I working for this person? Like, they don't deserve to have me, right? The third level of leadership is when you can teach your leaders to build leaders. And finally, after a decade, I've been able to get there where Bryce and Jeff. So Bryce is the CEO of Fit Body Bootcamp, and Jeff is the VP of my supplement company, Keuilian. Both of them now are building leaders. Joan is the VP of my coaching company. Joan, Bryce, and Jeff are all building other leaders. They are empowering others. But I had to be a better leader and lead myself in my fitness and my mindset and my personal discipline and my productivity and my life structure to be able to attract those awesome people. And then I had to have great communication, be able to cast a great vision, be able to be decisive and have emotional discipline to be able to lead those high performers, level 2. And then finally, by constantly pouring into them, coaching them, mentoring them, I've empowered them to go and build other leaders throughout our organization. So our organization continues to grow and compound. I'm convinced that the reason this show, the Bedros Keuilian Show, is growing is because our leaders have empowered the team that's in here right now. There's 3 people in this room right now who are filming, who are taking notes, who are making videos, and we brainstorm and we collaborate. And there's like 2 other people behind the scenes still. And all these people are leaders who once came in as employees, but they're developing leadership and they will one day lead others in this organization, or they'll go on to start their own companies or go to different organizations and lead. And that is okay too. So you have to understand that leadership is the problem. Leadership is the solution in most cases. You have to realize that being a hypocrite leader is the worst type of leader to be. Expecting one thing of them, but not delivering the same thing from yourself is the most hypocritical thing you can do. You understand that the second level of leadership is to be able to lead others to success by casting a great vision, communicating, being decisive, being emotionally disciplined, and sharing the collaborative vision with them so that they can go execute. And then if you did your job right and you poured into your leaders, you've now built leaders who are now going to go out there and build other leaders. They're going to help their teams grow. And now when you want to start that second company, third company, people go, dude, you have 7 companies, how? And it's because every one of my leaders went on to develop new leaders. And as they develop new leaders, as they pour into others, I have more resources available to me. Because think about it, if you want to start a company, if I want to start a company, my rule is this. 1, do I have the followers on social media and on my email list and et cetera to promote this product or service that I'm thinking of? If the answer is yes, the next question is, do I have a leader who I can build that company around? If I have that leader, then I'm willing to drop a few $1 million and build a team and a company around that leader. But if I don't have the leader, then I'm stuck.